Good morning. Yeah, so right now for you, like where you're at in your soccer journey, when you do feel like you notice that you are frustrated in that moment, what are some things that you do to help yourself get back to the present moment or get back to playing your best soccer?
Realizing what I'm saying and kind of trying to shift my thoughts to things that are a balance of not super negative and then also not super so positive that it becomes like I'm kind of just lying to myself. So I think definitely being able to recognize what I'm saying and kind of readjust what I'm saying into a something that is kind of more helpful to me, whether it's being more positive or just breaking it down into like, okay, I'm getting down on myself for messing up, but let me think about it as this is what I did, so this is where I am now, and so now I just need to like think about what I need to do next. So that's like taking the emotion out of it, or if I need to also kind of just stop and like think, kind of even just give myself like a pick me up almost, and kind of think, okay, you know what, you made a mistake right now, but like one of the things that I really like using is thinking about all the different times when you've been able to do this correctly. And also within that, I can even say, okay, I did this correctly in this moment. What did I do differently than maybe like succeed versus not succeeding? So like a lot of the tools that I've been able to learn, I think have really helped me like quickly kind of shift my thoughts like mid game in the moment, which is very helpful to me. And I'm just breaking it down into like simple steps, whether it's like thinking about like what's happening right now, what I need to do next, like the what's next thing, I would say I use a lot, or like thinking what zone I'm in, how do I get back to this zone. All of the different tools I think really have helped me start thinking more positively, but also I think more objectively.
Sounds like, you mentioned quite a few different tools there, right? You mentioned the what's next tool. So, how do we use that what's next tool? Like, what is a moment where that could be helpful to you?
If I maybe I'm not playing my best, or even if I am having a relatively good game, whenever like the ball would go out of bounds, or if I'm in a position where, my team is attacking and maybe I'm not in the play, just saying what's next over and over and over again, because then it becomes like the sole thought in my mind. So I can't really think about the mistakes I've made. Or even if I've done something well, I don't let it become a distraction so I can stay like in the zone. So I just think, okay, what's the next thing I can do? If I'm not on the ball, where can I move? Where can I, be in a position to help my team, whether it's defensively or offensively. So it kind of helps me chunk up the game and just play the game every different step of the way instead of letting things from the past kind of affect how I'm playing, whether it's something good I did or bad I did. And then being able to kind of reflect once the game is over, but in the moment, just trying to stay on my toes and not really think about what's already happened too much. So that way, it's like every play is a new play and a new opportunity to just do my best to help my team.
How do you feel like mastery experiences could be really helpful for your game?
Feel like for me, sometimes there are definitely like moments from games that I feel like I don't really exactly know specifically why I remember them, but I feel like there are definitely moments that I've just always remembered and that I've always like to kind of look back on, whether it's before a game or during halftime or during the game when I make a mistake or even when I'm trying to do something, kind of remembering how I did it before. So I'd say it's kind of a mix of both. Some things just stick in my brain and I kind of can remember them, but then I also sometimes like write it down in my notebook and then I can look at it later or like have different clips saved from like the videos my team has of our games, like having little clips that I can kind of look back on are kind of how I can remember little bits of the game that really I was able to do something well and moments where I was like proud of being able to do something, whether it's something I've worked on for a while that I've been able to like implement in the game or something that I was kind of nervous about doing that I was able to do well.
What is chunking up the game and how can that be beneficial for us on the field?
For me, chunking up the game is basically just trying to take each play as like a new game in itself almost, or like each, couple of plays in a row. So, kind of like I said, whenever maybe the ball goes out or whenever it switches possession or whenever, this and this and that, that would be like a cue to be like, okay, this is like a new part of the game and kind of don't focus on maybe the team switches possession and that's because I lost the ball. Don't focus on that. Don't focus on why it happened. Just focus on, okay, this is a new play. This is a new like mini game for me. So now what do I need to do in this moment to help my team in any way I can, whether it's like my movement off the ball or stepping to the ball or anything like that. And so I think that's helpful to, like I said before, just kind of stay in the zone and not let anything else kind of distract you. So that way you can just take it bit by bit by bit. And I think that's just really helpful to think of the game objectively, not let emotions get too much in the way, what happened in the past get too much in the way. Just think of this is what's happening now. What do I need to do right now?
How do you think setting two controllable objectives or a few controllable objectives going into a game can be helpful for you to move closer to becoming that player that you want to be? What do you think?
Being able to pick out two things that I know I can do no matter what the team is like, no matter what my teammates are doing, no matter what my coach is doing, really helped me not only like each game take it as an opportunity to kind of focus on like these specific things for me to do, which then doing that over and over and over, like focusing on one thing over and over and over, like focusing on head checks or my first touch. I feel like being able to say, okay, this is what I want to work on has really helped me actually improve. Being able to not be all over the place during games and being able to take a game as an opportunity to, like, in a high pressure situation, work on these things. I think that's been really helpful. And then also having that as kind of like a, okay, if I did this, then I can be satisfied with my performance. Even if we don't win, even if I didn't play my best game, at least I did this controllable thing. And so now it's just what's the next controllable thing I need to do next game that will maybe help me play better.
How prepared did you feel before games before the program, and how do you feel now? Like, how prepared do you feel going into a game now?
I feel like I have these tools that I can actually use and that I know actually work and help me calm down. That I can like say, I'm going to do this before a game, and that really don't take that much time or effort. But they're just things that I can do like every single time. That definitely makes me feel a lot calmer because it's like something that is like regular for me now.
Would you recommend this program to other players who are wanting to level up the mental side of their game, and why would you recommend it?
I definitely would because I feel like a lot of confidence is like a lot easier to get down on yourself and be negative than it is to be positive and have confidence. Like confidence is a really hard thing to kind of master in a way. And I feel like this program has really helped me. Like I've always had it inside, but I just needed the tools and I needed like the accountability to be able to really bring that out and really allow my confidence to like almost thrive and flourish. So I feel like it's definitely a great experience to kind of help me with my confidence and also help me kind of gain more like wisdom about myself and kind of learn more about myself and what I need to work on and where I find my confidence and all of those things, which has been really helpful for me, on the field and also just as a person off the field as well.
Well, all right. I will talk to you soon, but thanks so much.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Yes.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye.
Bye.